I just watched 3 bad movies in 2 weeks.
The highlight of my year.
So as I was saying, I watched 3 bad movies in 2 weeks. So let's start off with what those movies are. First one, Breaking In. Second one, Nothing But Trouble. Third one, X-Men The Last Stand. Now then, were any of them worth my time? Probably. Though, were any of them any good? That's big question mark. So, let's see which one of these time-wasting movies are actually worth your time. Jim, are you gonna stop? Breaking In, a rich father dies and his daughter inherits everything, so she and her kids go out to the house to see everything, and apparently her kids are trapped in the house with robbers, and she has to break in to save them. A twist on the standard kidnapping genre. Well, whatever genre it fits into. Is there a specific genre for that? I know, like, anime's got the magical girl and mecha. This has nothing to do with the video. Nothing But Trouble. A broker and a business attorney, along with 2 people in the back of the seat, are trying to drive out from New York to, what was it, Atlantic City? I don't know. But then they take a detour and get arrested and end up in the courthouse of a 106-year-old judge known for murdering criminals. Could I simplify how the plot goes? I probably could, but I'm not good at paraphrasing or summaries. Actually, I'm probably better at paraphrasing than summaries, because paraphrasing, you don't have to be exactly word to word. X-Men The Last Stand. I think there's a plot, but I'm not so sure. I don't know. X-Men Last Stands. For those of you who don't know the comic books, I'm not trying to be rude. I am nerd. X-Men Last Stand is obviously a superhero genre movie, so yeah, the general idea of that one is pretty self-explanatory. Nothing But Trouble is a dark comedy. Breaking In. I think it's trying to be a thriller, but I'm not so sure if it even knows what it's aiming for. There are just elements that make it feel like a thriller, but it ain't. X-Men Last Stand. This is the 3rd movie in the entire franchise, so by now they've got their acting skills down. Though it ain't nothing. Nothing But Trouble. I really can't say if it's bad. I would definitely say it's decent enough to be watchable. Breaking In. Practically everyone except the villain, or main antagonist of this, was a good actor. The actor who played the main antagonist in Breaking In, he sounded like he didn't even want to do the job. He was just doing it just to do it. Get on with it! I'm sorry for copywriting Monty Python. Infringement! So why are these movies bad entirely? Let's get started! Nothing But Trouble. Gross out humor. I can't stand it. It's just, ugh. Like trying to fix soup. Bad. I think its main problem is a movie from 1991, but when I was watching it, it felt like it was from the 1980s, because if you watch like Back to the Future, you can almost feel like the same things. I mean, you got all the expensive practical set pieces that work, not the killing machine that was in like two parts of it, but at least you can tell like the effects weren't fake, and this was before they started really playing with CG. I know they had Tron and Star Wars like before that, but still, this felt like a movie out of its decade. X-Men The Last Stand. Again, with the plot, it's got all these bits and pieces, but no structure. I've heard that Pulp Fiction has like some of the elements seem irrelevant until like the very end, which, to be honest, I'm not gonna watch a Quentin Tarantino movie just because language and content. Very little whatever remnants of a story there are. And not to mention the fact that a lot of the main characters who were in it, like, leave, die from, like, the first two movies, and then, like, others who come in, they're like, come in. It's like, pop in. Characters leave, and characters just pop. Boop. 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 I know there was, like, some references to Kitty Pryde in, like, earlier movies, but then again, they didn't really have her. I mean, a lot of them characters just come in, fade out. And how it ends. I can see why it was only a trilogy for this main part, breaking in. Let's just get down to the small parts before I really hit home with this one. With breaking in, one thing, when I said it was a thriller, is like part of it in which the music does not fit the tone of the movie at all. The music is like at the very end, is like supposed to be a suspenseful moment, and this is like, but I can say one thing, I can tell that this movie, most people blame the director for it, I blame the editor, because there were just like so many cringe-worthy editing points. It's like, ugh, this is not how it should have gone. Like, there's one scene where the three guys who are the main antagonists are talking, and honestly there's like too much space in between the sentences. Honestly, you'd be surprised how much one frame can change the outcome of the movie, because I am a video editor. I am a video editing otaku. If you give me video to edit with, I will always do it. I don't care, I always judge. Oh, like right now, you're probably seeing something very crazy right now, but then again, you don't realize what I'm doing because I know what I'm doing, but then again, you might want to know what I'm doing, but then again, you probably know what I'm doing, but then again, you might not know what I'm doing because I might be using a different tech than what you know. I must edit. I must edit. Hey, get on with it! This guy was obviously an amateur, and I don't know what happened. Plus, there's 10 minutes of an unnecessary scene that shows no plot relevance. I mean, the guy's just jogging, in slow motion, of all things. That is so suspenseful. Ooh, with unfitting music. And then you get hit by a truck in the most comedic fashion ever. You're trying to set the tone of the movie, but really you start off suspenseful. Then we go like, this is a slice of life movie, and then we go into comedy. It's unnecessary. Why do we need to know this? And what tone are you setting? I mean, really, what's going on? Why do we need to know that you died? Why do we need to know this? Why do we need an extensively long scene of the car dragging down the driveway? I could complain more about X-Men The Last Stand while I'm at it, but I was lost focus. And then, like I said, chunks of good bits, but no consistency. And you got characters coming in and out, and you think Angel's gonna be a main character, but really no, there's like no focus, no character development, no nothing. Whereas Breaking In at least had something, but it at least had substance, but no flair to go with it. I know what you're saying, it's like flair. You got a lot of flair for X-Men Last Stands, but no substance. And it's like, you're saying for this one it has substance, but it has no flair. But that's true, but then again, you gotta need a little bit of flair, show what it's made of. I'm probably just rambling right now, I don't even have a script. So yeah, you get the picture. And no, this thing is not gonna take a picture of me, and I'm not gonna add a freeze frame. How did I watch these movies? Well, for one thing, I am only 19, and look up the movie date yourself and look at when this video is uploaded, so that way you'll know why I watched Nothing But Trouble in X-Men Last Stand on DVD. And for Breaking In, again, check the date. It's still in theater, and I went to see it. I really question my girlfriend's choice in movies. Well, thank you, Jim. That was very thoughtful. Now let's see which of these time wastes for movies are actually worth your time. Round and round she goes. When she'll stop? Honestly, I don't care right now, because Are you gonna stop yet? You. Trouble! Yes, that movie is so worth your time, and I mean because it at least has something going with it. I know all the movies I just said are prickly panned and have very negative reviews that the general public would agree with, but then again, this one at least has something going with it. It at least has a good structure. Well, good is putting it kindly. At least has decent pacing, and not to mention, it's already been out since the 90s and probably is a B movie. Not that B movie. Not that B. I just told you not that B movie. Okay, that's a B movie, but that's okay. Change it to the right one. Change it. Change it. Change it. Change it. Change it. There we go. So yeah. If anybody wants me to start movie reviewing, please click like. Or comment. If anybody does not want me to do movie reviewing, please throw tomatoes at your television screen at this moment. And now I must die because I literally finished XMen Last Stand 30 minutes ago. Whee!